Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking. Welcome to The Messenger is Here. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that you got through that new moon in Taurus, okay, which happened a couple of days ago. Wasn't an easy new moon at all. The moon now has stepped into Gemini. So let's see what is going on energetically speaking. So that's what the messenger is all about, as we do read the energies, and they are general. So let's take our message today, the 29th of April of 2025. We've got cornucopia. What a wonderful card. Absolutely beautiful card, which speaks to abundance, which speaks to plentiful. It is a number 11, and number 11 is also the Justice card, which is a very karmic card. Justice. You know, number 11 is a portal. I do feel that we are going through many portals, very important portals, personally as well as collectively. So something is promised here with a new beginning, as we know. We've been talking about, the finishing energy of Pisces, even though we're in the Taurus season. And happy birthday if you're celebrating your birthday today. You will probably be carrying that new moon in Taurus, which happened at the 8th degree. For the rest of the year moving forward. So what was difficult about this new moon was that it was very challenging for the fixed areas of our life. As you could see, Mars is now in Leo, not out of his shadow yet, and Pluto is right opposite. So we've got the two ruling planets of Scorpio, right? And this new moon, sun and moon, came together at the 8th degree of Taurus, which opposes Scorpio, obviously. And we had Lilith here, so we had a grand cross at the early degrees of the fixed areas of your chart. Now, if you've got planets, even if you're not, let's say, a Leo or an Aquarius or a Scorpio or a Taurus, and you've got a stellium of planets there, then that would be significant for you. So around about the first decan, let's say, the first 10 days of the fixed signs, that's what's important. The new moon is and the moon loves Taurus, but it wasn't an easy new moon in Taurus because of this grand cross, which is a pressure cooker energy. Something needs to give. Remember, fixed signs get fixated. They don't go with change easily. They don't run with change, and that's why Spirit comes in and says, look, there's something that you need to get active with and proactive. And if, the fool at the edge of the cliff, I'm scared, I'm scared to make those changes, to take that leap of faith. We've got Mercury, we've got Neptune, we've got Chiron in Aries, and Venus, which rules this new moon. Remember, a new moon takes a couple of weeks until the full moon, but also 6 months. You will see the outcome of what this new moon means for you in the next 6 months. And Venus, which rules this new moon, is ready to step into Aries, a huge change of energies of Venus, because she loves Pisces. She's more sensual, she's more soft-hearted, unconditionally loving, but she's at that 29th degree. She's ready to conjoin with Neptune, which is a new seed, right? And Neptune at the 1st degree of Aries, it is a big deal. So Venus now is away from Saturn and the North Node. She's been traveling with Saturn and the North Node, and she's still in her shadow phase. She needs to get to that 10th degree of Aries. So she's still looking for resolutions relative to her retrograde phase. And you would probably think that, oh my God, it's not such a big deal, but it's been since the beginning of the year where Venus stepped into Pisces. So that, the area of the mutable signs or Pisces in your own chart Pisces, Aries energy and area is very important. So everything's been stopped, stunted, limited. We know that Saturn and Venus, this is, limitations, restrictions, money, love, self-worth, cold love this is. So everything has sort of been blocked, and things are starting to run now as we've got all the planets direct, okay? And Pluto will be retrograding in about on the 4th of May. So just around the corner, 1st of May, the conjunction of Venus and Neptune could be very magical. Just don't wear those rose-colored glasses. Don't have high expectations. Run with it. It's going to be very creative and romantic around the 1st of May. Enjoy it, but don't sign on the dotted line, because there could be great illusions as well. I'd love to keep talking to you about the astrology. You know, I'm an astrology enthusiast. I absolutely love it. I do believe that as above, so below. So this is looking really grand. This is looking amazing, cornucopia. It does remind me of the Venus energies. Now, the 29th degree where Venus is not an easy position to be in, but she's been there. This is the 3rd time, because she's been retrograding between Pisces and Aries, and I hope that now there is a possibility for resolution, and that even finances that have been blocked, pleasures, fun, anything creative and anything we're giving birth to, that because Aries is, remember, the first sign of the zodiac, and Venus will be stepping into Aries as she is direct with Neptune, and that could be very magical. But just don't have too high expectations, because something may not be too clear. But we've got wonderful aspects, like we've got something very promising as Venus is going to step into Aries. She will be trining over, right? This is a flowing energy over to Mars. Fire signs, there's a lot of passion, a lot of action, being proactive as Venus is going to step into Aries. She'll be more fiery, more combative, she'll have more guts. She'll be more gutsy, right? She's not going to hold back anymore and just be too sensitive. So Venus, looking forward to that. We're looking forward to that, and there are so many other aspects, beautiful things going on in May. If you're on Patreon, we're doing the May astrological analysis today, so look out for that. Thank you. Special thanks to our patrons, and thank you for all of you for your loyalty and your support and your love, always, for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. Always helps the channel here. Thank you. Let's go and let's see what are the energies. What are we going to be living through, feeling, working through at this time? As remember, the new moon is a seed that we've planted now, and probably tomorrow you could see that new moon glyph in the sky. Something is starting to grow, right? So we may have the clarity from tomorrow onwards, the 30th of April, 1st of May, so on and so forth. And just letting you know that the first part of May, there are a few difficulties. Nothing major like the last 4 months, I would say, even 7 months, going back into last year, 7-8 months. May is a very promising month, but the second part of May, because Venus mid-month will be out of that. She'll be out of the retrograde degrees. Okay, so it's a new story is beginning. Let's see. Mercury's come out of his shadow now, so maybe we'll have a bit more understanding, communication. Well, what a surprise you are. What a sight for sore eyes you are, Agape. Wow. I just got the goosebumps. Two cards of Cancer. We've got the Chariot. which is Cancer. Of course, two major arcana cards, very similar. But look, this is a card of victory and move forward momentum. Remember, Mars now is coming in the next few days, will come out of his shadow phase. So it's a new story where Mars is concerned, and we've all got Mars within us. Mars could be, what we love, where our passion is, what we're working on. It could be a divine masculine in our lives as well, or it could be our masculine side. Mars loves Leo, and Leo is the sign of the heart, creativity, giving birth to something. So there's some sort of movement here. Even though there's fear, someone may be trusting their intuition. This could be, where practical matters are concerned, a change, someone preparing to change homes, or overcome any family issues, home issues, emotional issues relative to security. Remember, the cornucopia is a card of great abundance, and we've been in the total opposite energy of feeling limited financially, even where self-worth, if you can't move forward, if you're not able to move towards your goals, your aspirations, and your dreams, then you're thinking, I'm running myself into the ground trying to make something work. We couldn't. And that was Mars retrograde for quite a few months in the sign of Cancer. So we're coming out of that now. Wow, okay, let me just get the door for a moment. So there's something to do with a new beginning. Of course, it could be a creative, it could be a romantic new beginning. There's something that's unknown here that may be, hopefully, possibly even up until the full moon in Scorpio, which will be happening on the 12th of the month, roughly there. We'll see what needs to close, what is ending. And yes, the axis Taurus and Scorpio are very significant relative to our money, our financial security, possibly also feeling safe and secure. Something is going to be lit up. We're going to have quite a shock, quite an aha moment, I would say, by the full moon. So roughly around, and even coming up to that full moon. So the next few days, it probably will be an aha moment, because that full moon is in opposition to Uranus. It's going to be very powerful. That's why I said that the first part of May could have some difficult surprises or challenges, but the second part of May is very sweet. So looking forward to that. Something needs to go. Something is completing. Remember, Scorpio, this is a card of water, right? So we could say Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But, even a full moon in Scorpio is not an easy thing. It's got a lot to do with the psyche, with fears, with the unknown, things that were hidden. So this looks quite promising, even though there's forward momentum and I don't care where it's going to take me. Remember, this is laser focus and no more dilemmas about which way to go. This rider here, this charioteer, is following the stars, which is his wish fulfillment, and hope is what is pushing him forward. And of course, the way the planetary movement or things that are going on in the sky right now are very promising moving forward, my dear friends, for a new beginning. Okay, let's see. We've got Taurus. We've got the Hierophant here. So another major arcana, 3 major arcanas, and the Ace of Cups. We know aces are opportunities, of course, but we need to overcome fear. We need to, and this could be also, a full moon, coming up to a full moon in Scorpio. This is going deep. Scorpio is all about hidden emotions, those skeletons in the closet, or fearing being emotionally open, And of course, Taurus, Scorpio do speak to financial situations, physical and emotional depth and new beginnings, possible new beginnings, but not through an easy moment, let's say. The Hierophant, of course, is conservatism, marriage, contracts, but to me, the Hierophant also speaks to, because it's fixed earth, right? And we've got the two keys here. The Hierophant is our beliefs as well, and religion. So maybe someone maybe that's been very traditional, conservative about what they knew to be true, what they grew to believe, what they were taught, because this is also a teacher, that maybe someone is overcoming those fears, working through their those psychological issues that could be connected to their childhood as well. The Hierophant holds two keys, and for me the keys are very much opportunities, of course, second chances. Yes, this could also be, possibly for some of you, this could be anything to do with a spiritual connection as well. Changes that you may not be aware about, that are giving you a second chance. This could also be anything to do with a corporate position, a corporate job. Right, big companies and corporations are the Hierophant. So we're seeing big changes. Remember, Uranus has been transiting through Taurus since 2018, and he's coming up to those last degrees. Even where the world is concerned collectively, it's not an easy time. There can be great shocks and great changes, sudden changes, financial things that were not budging can be budging now and being moved. Moved through force, collectively, but also personally, because Uranus is very close, or on, we could say, a very difficult degree. And we know Algol is also there with Uranus. So, Taurus is money. Taurus is our securities, our resources, the land. But it also speaks to stability, The Taurian energy is, look, I'm fixed. I know what I want, and I'm not going to budge. But as I said, I do feel here there's an opportunity. There is an opportunity, and this could be very much the new moon in Taurus, which is bringing a new opportunity. As I said, you may be seeing this opportunity very soon, right up until that full moon, so mid-month of May, possibly also not until the next new moon, which is going to be in Gemini, so in a month from now, or in 6 months, okay? So second opportunities, the keys can speak to resolve new homes, new relationships, new work opportunities as well. Wow, beautiful. 3 of Cups. This is a celebration. This is a team effort. This is succeeding in something. This could be a proposition. This could be a meeting. This could be a reconciling. Remember that we're not all on the same timeline, and we've got different charts. So this could mean many things. This could speak to friendships as well. I would say also siblings. So the general gist here for me is that there is forward momentum. Even though there may be fears and things that are unknown, there is an opportunity here that we need to grasp, we need to grab, we need to get active and proactive now, as we've been seeing for quite a while, in the chart, that all the planets were on one side of the chart. Now there's like an imbalance, there has been an imbalance. We're coming more into balanced energies now. The energies and the frequencies in the air are changing, and this is very positive looking so far. So second chances here. This could be friendships returning from the past. This could be love relationships. This could be family relationships as well. Let's see what the outcome is. We've got the Six of Swords, very promising indeed. Yes, this could be an invitation to go out, to meet up, to reconcile, to travel, of course. Six of Swords, we're leaving those Five Swords, right, which has been very competitive, very challenging relative to our perception. Remember, Mercury has come out of his shadow phase, and just look out for the way you communicate, because Mercury in Aries could be a bit abrupt and a bit fiery. So there's still a little bit of I feel it's the frustration that's sort of built up, which could be, words that are difficult. We may not think and blurt things out, because that's what Aries is. But whatever happens, this is a new beginning. And remember that Jupiter the great benefic, he's coming out of his shadow phase, and he is in the sign of Mercury. Right, he's in the sign that Mercury rules, and Mercury is going to quickly. He's starting to pick up pace now, and he's going to square Jupiter. So just be careful with your words. Be careful what you're communicating and how you're perceiving things. Mercury is the little details, and Jupiter is the bigger picture. Maybe this is what we need to change. Maybe look at the bigger picture and not be so much about those little details. I want to see what's beneath here. And this could also speak to travel plans, an invitation, travel plans moving forward. It is a time now with Mercury direct, signing contracts. I would say if you could wait until mid-May, when Venus will also be out of her shadow, that'll be really great. But Mercury, which rules business, communication, siblings, education, all these themes could be coming up now. What's at the bottom? Oh, and we've got a judgment. So see, this is a moment of crisis before a resurrection. The crisis, this could be help from spirit, of course, for a rebirth, of course, second chances at life, at happiness. Remember, this is a Plutonian Scorpio energy, and we're still sort of we're still in that energy of Pluto opposing Mars still, and we're going to see what that is, what that grand fixed cross means for all of us. If it hasn't happened for you yet, it's probably just around the corner. So expect some moment of crisis where we will need to make some decisions, because this is a decision to resurrect. This is second chances as well. When Spirit tells you, because this is Archangel Michael saying it's time now to resurrect. And we have gone through Easter, of course, with the resurrection of Christ. So opportunities for new beginnings after having gone through very difficult times with Mercury, Venus and Mars, the personal planets for all of us personally. And we've been seeing, the ending of seasons for the collective with Saturn. End of May, he will be entering Aries. That's a big deal. Neptune has already entered Aries, and we've got Uranus at the last degrees. It's like what can I say? It's like a big symphonic orchestra where the high point hasn't come yet. I feel that will probably come towards the end of May. And it will be very positive indeed for the mutable signs. They will be off the hook relative to Neptune and Saturn transiting through Pisces. So there is a resurrection. It's the last degrees that are very difficult, my dear friends. Not so much the early degrees, it's the last degrees from the 26, 27, 28 and 29. Those degrees are very challenging. I'm sure you've all seen it in your personal life, you've experienced it, you're seeing them with others, that yes, it's been tough, but a new story is unfolding here. It's been heavy. There's our goal, the house, whatever this castle is, this mansion. 10 of Wands does turn into the Ace. That heavy cycle is coming to an end. And it can be relative to others. Soulmates. Soulmates could be siblings, friends, co-workers, of course, lovers. Right? And being on the same page. It's been tough, obviously, because emotionally someone was not there. These could also be missed opportunities or the inability to move forward and find that emotional balance because of issues pertaining to the home. Fours always speak to the fourth house, which is Cancer. The moon is Cancer, even though they do say it's Pisces, of course. But Cancer rules the fourth house. And fours, fours are the home. It's the fourth house. Fours, remember, 4 is the emperor, and Mars, which is a masculine energy, as is the emperor, because the emperor is naturally Aries, logically, and Aries is ruled by Mars, has been dealing with others' issues, lack of happiness in their personal, private life, and not seeing eye to eye maybe where they've been. If that is the ending, it could be the ending of a marriage or the ending of a position, even where work is concerned. It could be a partnership, right? Because 10, wands do speak to activity, to inspiration, creativity, and where we put our energy. So Mars, which does rule work and action and our desires, has been stuck in Cancer. Now he's coming out of his shadow. Where more fire is coming into our lives, which is more about being active and moving forward. Things are changing, thankfully. Why has there been a lack of emotional happiness? A lot of lack of clarity, possible deception, right? Also connecting to children here. Someone may be just going overboard with problems too. Look at all the water. Look at the emotional hardships here. Maybe because of someone having sacrificed, given unconditional love that was not returned. Now it's Venus is coming into, Venus transiting through Pisces is I love unconditionally and I sacrifice. But we're seeing that if the sacrifice has not been returned, then it's time for me to wake up and not be the martyr, right? Let's move forward. Let's see what's going on in the emotions, in the psyche, with the Mystic Moon Oracle. We'll take a few Sibilas on these positions, to give us a little bit more understanding of what's going on in the psyche, which, even our subconscious, what we're not conscious about. And that's what the moon speaks to as well. So we may not be seeing clearly. Our vision may be blocked. It's incredible how this card keeps coming through in our readings here always. This is the Hermit. Someone seeing the light, or someone seeing an advisor, a doctor, a psychologist, even an astrologer, let's say. Or this is the internal light. And healing, 2 cards of healing, because Virgo, this is the Hermit, obviously, and Virgo does speak to healing as well. Divine feminine. The divine feminine is more nurturing, more loving, even though Venus is coming out of a water sign, right, Pisces, where she's exalted. I think that needed to happen because Venus has connected with the sun, and she's more of a masculine now. She's a morning star Venus, so that morning star took place in Aries at those first degrees, where Neptune is very close to that, and Venus will be coming over that sign, over those degrees, that second, third degree of Aries in about a week. So that may be bringing up something, this Venus star point, right? Venus is pleasures, love, self-worth. She's all about peace and tranquility, even though she's going to be a warlike Venus and more active and proactive. So it's the feminine now having gone through a stage of healing, healing the more subtle, the more sensitive side, and she's becoming more that warrior-like goddess. And remember that we've all got the yin and the yang within us. So even if you're a masculine, we've all got some feminine, some yin energy within us. So maybe that's what needed to be healed. And of course, we know that the eclipses have been happening, on the Pisces Virgo axis, which does speak to physical, emotional, psychological health. So there's a moment of ascension, and the ascending card to me is very similar to the Six of Swords. You could see the boat here. So we're heading towards the sun, and the sun will speak to clarity, healing, following our heart as well. Okay, we've got the solitude again, which is the hermit energy. Okay, I feel that someone needed their time in solitude. They've seen the light. Now, there may be still a little bit of quiet, a little bit of detach here, because we've been doing cycles here. This is a Saturnian card for me. You see the cycles, and Saturn, not an easy planet. He's the planet of timing, the law. He's the taskmaster. He's the tough teacher, and he's the planet of maturity. And most importantly, I would say responsibility. So I see that possibly someone's been in cycles trying to master something, because he is a master himself. And through tough lessons and maturing and going through an understanding, and Saturn does speak to solitude, loneliness, cold love, and being very grounded. But in this cycle, we see the rose here, and Venus star point is the rose as well. It's Venus's synodic cycle, which forms a 5-petal rose and a 5-pointed star. So maybe in this cycle now, so I get a lot of significance relative to Saturn as I said, at the end of May, roughly around the 25th, Saturn will be leaving Pisces, because I get a lot of Pisces, and this is very heavily pointing towards the axis, Virgo Pisces, which has got a lot to do with our daily life, of course, karma, release, sacrificing, endings, because there's an ascension mode here. Let's see what else. Yeah, we've got we've got cornucopia and abundance and luck and pride at one's accomplishments. Right, that's what the peacock speaks to me here about. And this is like a understanding that there are two sides of a coin always. You can choose the more spiritual, the more, feeling as though you're abundant, that you've had, that you can be lucky and not unlucky. I do see a divine feminine needing more healing though, having gone through depression here. You can choose both sides. A negative thought pattern can keep you in this energy here. Either that, or it's all about timing here. So don't fret. Possibly Saturn's movements, the lord of timing and karma, does promise great gifts, but in the right timing for you personally. Let's see what's at the foundation. We've got vibrations, and this is a very positive card. This is like connection to the divine, to spirit, and the answer is yes. Yes, this is positivity, this is fire, this is action, this is creation. There's the new beginning, the fresh start. And Earth is more about practical matters, right? Taurus, new moon. There's a sprout here, which I get the Gemini energy with that sprout. We can be talking about the Taurus or Gemini season here. That something is open here, something is being created, because there is a lot of fire, a lot of desire. Just got the goosebumps again. So give yourself a moment, take a breath. Let's see what's going on. What is this movement about, dear Spirit? What is the Chariot about? We've got the enemy that's going away. Yes, and this could be possibly also speaking to the full moon coming up in Scorpio, which could be happening for each of us from now and up to the 12th of the month of May. We see 10 of Cups. We see the 10 of Cups here. Constanza, something unchanging. And we see the snake here. The snake could be the enemy. So someone leaving, and this could be a completion of an emotional chapter. 10 of Cups turns into the Ace. The ability to decide and not be in a dilemma. Trust that following your heart, even though there may be fears, and moving into the unknown, that there is a possible new beginning here. This could be a change of homes as well. Let's look at the moon. Wow, we've got disgrazia, the 7 of Swords. Something will be revealed relative to the theft. This is the 7 of Swords, right? Secrecy. Disgrazia is the Tower, so there could be shocking events coming up to that full moon in Scorpio, or even now as the moon is starting to wax in Taurus. Shocking event, a surprise event, something is being revealed here relative to drastic change. Remember, something hasn't been built solidly, and this is an aha moment. Wow, it's got to do with love. It's got to do with also infidelity, because Amore is Cupid, and that is the son of Venus and Mars, and the lovers of the zodiac are going to be in a trine aspect in a fire sign. So something is going to change greatly. Something will be revealed here that was very hidden. This could also be self-realization, when someone goes deep into their psyche, which is the moon. Right? The Ace of Cups, there's loyalty here, there's friendship. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups, a wish fulfillment. What is the Hierophant about? Someone, this could be someone that is an entrepreneur. They've got a business, import, export. It's an entrepreneur, as I said. And someone who possibly keeps very busy, someone who's got a lot of responsibilities. This could be someone that travels for work as well. But this is someone who needs to think very strongly relative to contracts. They could be business, they could be marriage. Right? Let's take one more. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the denaro. That's how I see, denaro means $1. So that's why I say it's like the Ace of Pentacles. 6 of Cups, a soulmate connection. An advantageous matrimony. And this is the safe. So remember this, the safe is Taurus. Most Taurian people would have a safe in their home, because finances, money, and security is very important for Taurus, to the point where they also may have entered a contract, which could have been a marital contract for the financial stability, possibly also because of children. Six of Cups also speaks to nostalgia, soulmate, but also children. But there's a lot that this Hierophant, whoever this is, this merchant, whoever this is, they're deep in thought relative to their security, their emotional, financial, business security. Also, where a soulmate is concerned. Let's take one more on that. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is fated changes. Fated changes and opportunities for success and life changes. Possibly also divorce settlement, because this is Jupiter, and Jupiter is entering new turf in Gemini. He's coming out of his shadow phase. He brings truth, he brings changes, he brings fated changes as the wheel turns. There is conflict here. Is the Five of Wands. It could be internal or external for this merchant, whoever this is. Let's look at that Three of Cups. There's jealousy due to third parties, or a perception that this meeting can never take place because there are third parties, or that there will never be a reconciliation. Eight of Swords. But we've got the Doctor, healing. This will be healed. The perception of feeling imprisoned, blocked, chained up. But also someone having gone through great humbling, I would say, because the peacock can speak to a lot of vanity and ego, and this speaks to arrogance. So, and it's a 13, which is also the number of Scorpio. So the death of the ego, this is. Someone who's very social, very well known in their community, but in actuality, they've got a deep wound that they needed to heal, and it could pertain to who they've been loyal to. Have they been loyal to themselves or just to others? We've got the energy of Pisces and the martyr and sacrifice. Let's take one more on that. Now, a lot of distrust as well here. The domestical. I get narcissism with a domestical, someone living under the same roof with someone where there was a lack of trust. There was more emotional detach and solitude. We may be seeing two different women here that are if we've got the merchant, which could be a king, let's say, someone that has got a choice, or two divine feminine that are unhappy relative to what the decision that this merchant is going to take, what they're going to decide on. Because remember, the two keys on the Hierophant. But I feel also that this is someone being in an unhappy situation where there have been third parties. There's been no celebration, no happiness because of third parties. Third parties don't have to be another love partner. It could be a family member, right? That's sort of outweighing the balance, bringing imbalances. Let's see what the Six of Swords means. So we've got the Vecchia Signora, something to do with a visit, movement, travel. There is a dilemma, or someone's going to make a choice here, going to decide. We've got the Belvedere, Three of Cups, twice. She's waiting on someone's arrival, or she's waiting on the arrival of a reconciliation, someone that's traveling from a distance. Oh my God, everyone. We've got the reunion card, Eight of Wands. So someone's traveling over water or traveling through the air, but also sending out those messages of love. A lot of communication, a lot of passion, quick changes. Unbelievable. Good news is on the horizon, I get. There's a sense of celebration here. Now, someone could be celebrating their single life, or communicating with their friends about something that they're very happy about, coming to the end of a heavy burden possibly. It's the Nine of Wands. Wow. Okay. Well, let's take a couple of the romance angels since we're seeing the reunion, because for some of you, yes, there will be a reunion with a soulmate. Doesn't have to be a love connection. Okay, love comes in many, many forms. For some of you, this could even be, and I get the goosebumps, reunion with a family member, a child, your child. I get the goosebumps. Separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Wow, goosebumps on my goosebumps. Heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, my dear friends. So, see, there's been a lot of fear. A fear and distrust of someone that could open up their heart. I'll let you fit these cards with your personal situation, okay, because there could be the involvement of third parties here, obviously, where someone is going through a separation. Could be the divine masculine going through a separation relative to a marriage, or something breaking down with, could be marriage involvement with business as well here. And they haven't been able to open up with you, but now they're feeling safe to open up, because there could be a friendship. This could be a relationship that has not really taken form. It's been more platonic and not so physical as well, because we also have the dog here, right? Oh my God, yes, this is your soulmate. Wow. As I said, soulmates come in many different forms. Let's see what the Gaia Oracle holds. And we'll read the cornucopia in a moment. I hope that some messages come through for you. As I said, it's the 29th of April, but this could be a timeless reading, and that goes for all our readings here on Divine Debut 11. Thank you for considering becoming a patron as well. We do go through a lot of astrology. Tier 1 is the love readings, the tarot love readings. Tier 2 is the new moon, full moon eclipses, astrology, as well as the love readings. And tier 3 is the astrology month ahead. Also the new full moons, eclipses, and extra perks of the very important movement of planets or retrogrades. So large planets entering new signs, for instance. Retrograding planets, they get those extra perks as tier 3, as well as, of course, the love readings, the tarot love readings, and all tiers have the possibility of winning a free reading each month. We take 3 winners each month and offer them a free reading for their support and their loyalty. Let's see what's going on. What is the message today? Today, or whenever you receive this message, 2 cards fell out. Dear Spirit, I want 1 card. Thank you. Winter's End, regeneration, rebirth, and positive outcome. Number 16, and 16 is also the Tower, and Uranus is the culprit here. The culprit, or the ability to get unstuck, to become free, and to see the truth, have that elevated view. So this is beautiful, absolutely, and this does promise very much. The Scorpio full moon that we're coming up to soon. Pay attention to the 16th. I would say 7th of May, because 16 equals a 7. 7th of May, and then the 16th of May. Pay attention. Let's read the cornucopia. Thank you, Spirit, for that. That is right on point. Let's go to number 11. Number 11. So, okay, there's a storm warning on number 10, and number 11 is the cornucopia. It's like the storm has come and gone, or is going. An abundant harvest and great blessings are waiting for you, and you may even find all of your wishes fulfilled. The cornucopia card for me is a very Venusian, the Empress energy. This cornucopia of gifts from the universe can come in the form of financial riches, job fulfillment, romantic love, or all of the above. When you receive the cornucopia upright, you know that you've done important work and it's about to pay off. The seeds you've planted in your energy and in your life are ready to be harvested in some significant ways. Get ready for a great feast of abundant value is being prepared for you now, and Spirit is applauding all of your efforts. And remember that the seed is also planted in Taurus, right? And sprouts in Gemini for me. So keep that in mind. Not to say that we don't have, the abundance and the seeds sprouting in Taurus, because Taurus is where the seed is put in. It needs sun, water. It's about watering your garden, and we know the Taurus season is where we've got the blooms. So the seed is being planted now with this new moon in Taurus. As I said, the cornucopia will be different time-wise for each of us. So lovely card there. Let's read the Gaia Oracle. Winter's end, finally. Remember, we've been saying that, yes, we've stepped into spring, and, we had the astrological new year as the sun passed over that 0 degree of Aries. It's the new astrological year. It's officially spring. But because there was so much Pisces still going on, we've been held back. We had issues that we needed to take care of before we could have, winter's end in practical matters and physically. So let's see. This card signifies rebirth, regeneration, and new growth. Remember, this is the same energy here. You may not know it, but the cycle has already begun, and I believe it probably began as the sun passed over that 0 degrees of Aries. A cold grey period of your life is coming to an end. A new season begins. As with the tree lady featured on this card, the first signs of spring are just starting to show. The first shoots have sprouted, and soon the new buds will be in full bloom as they bathe in the light of the sun. Many beautiful things are in store for you. New opportunities present themselves sometimes quite unexpectedly. When they do, embrace them. Do not hesitate, for this is your time to shine. This is a lucky and prosperous period for you. Many things that were previously not possible now are. Doors that were previously closed are now open. This card also signifies travel and positive outcome. Goosebumps again. So right on point. Let's read the affirmation. I give thanks for the blessings that I receive each day. All is possible for me now. All doors are open. I invite prosperity into my life. I embrace new opportunities. So the prosperity may not be in all areas of life for each of you, but in a particular area which will help you feel very abundant, very proud. And we're coming out of winter, see? Finally, my friends, finally. This is so promising. Winter's end is here. Finally, even though we've seen the blooms, remember the message, it was saying that the cycle has already begun. We just haven't seen it. Okay, now we will have the unveiling of that new cycle that has begun. We'll have surprises, shocks, but we're coming out of those tough energies. And if you've made it up until here, give yourself a pat on the back. I think we all need to do that for ourselves and for the people around us. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. It was nice to have Agape show herself finally. She hasn't been, on video for quite some time. I don't know where Gaia is. She's somewhere sleeping, somewhere off having a nice nap. Thank you, everyone. I'm wishing you well, and we'll be back tomorrow for the love reading, the Wednesday traditional twin flame soulmate or karmic love reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, do not hesitate to reach out. If you're a patron, of course, you get a discount. Okay, tier 1 gets 10% off, tier 2 gets 15%, and tier 3 gets 20% off personal readings. And if you are a patron and you've been with us for some time, obviously, most of our patrons have had personal readings, and the giveaway is a tarot reading, but most of our patrons, especially on tier 3, they know that we tend to look at their astrology and do some tarot. So that's the extra perk that you have if you've been with us and supporting a Divine Debut 11 for a while. Thank you for your love and your support to all of you, even if you're not on Patreon and you're just here on YouTube. Just showing up is enough. Liking, sharing, subscribing, and just being here is supportive enough. Thank you so much, everyone. Love and light, and look out for the love readings on Patreon. That will also be released to the public on YouTube roughly around the 20th of the month of May. The April patron love readings have been released to the public on the 21st of April, so check them out if you haven't. Love and light, everyone. Thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow. Take care.